Hi guys, and welcome to the latest video. It's been quite a while since my last video, so I thought I'd ease myself back into the video making process by sharing a what sold video with you, but 10 items that I picked up from car boots, mainly very cheaply, and flipped them for pretty good money very quickly. So these items are not only good profit, they're also fast sellers. So without further ado, let's get on with it. The first item I want to share with you is a Pioneer Plasma screen cable, system cable. Now what's interesting about these is this is from one of the original Pioneer Plasma televisions, where you used to get the television, a separate media unit, and then you had this cable connecting the two. Now if you go on to eBay right now and you search for Pioneer Plasma PDP 436 XDE or 506 XDE, sometimes you will see in the completed listings where people have put them at auction, collection only, and no one's bid on them, or they've sold for 99p. And if they come with the screen, the media unit, and this cable, the screen, no one wants it. They're big, they're heavy, they're bulky. The media unit, very iffy. You can sell them, but very iffy. But for some reason, this connector cable does hold value. I actually took an offer on this, but I only for £25 because I didn't want it sitting around. So it's up at a 35 there, but I actually took an offer of 25 plus the £3.50 shipping. So if you ever see this kind of connector around, worth looking out for. Moving on, MiniDisc. Lots of people know about the value of MiniDisc, and there's lots of value in them, especially when it comes to albums, and in this case, higher end recordable media. So this is a TDK MiniDisc Pro. Now most MiniDiscs are very cheap to buy, even used, etc. They're not going to hold a lot of value. This was factory sealed, which helped its case, and because of that, I achieved £60 plus shipping within an hour of listing it. And then I actually had also an open used one of these discs as well, which was also purchased by the same person, again within like an hour of me listing it, and I actually got like 35 for that as well. So a single mini disc that was used for £35, or a factory sealed mini disc there for £60. So definitely worth looking out for. Bit of an obvious one because obviously you don't see mini disc all the time, and even less often are you going to see a pro version. Moving on, always worth looking out for guitar pedals. Zoom are a well-known company in that field. They're not like the highest end, but they're still decent. This is the Zoom G1. Also worth noting, when it comes to testing these pedals, you might put batteries in and be disappointed thinking, oh my god, it's not working. But some of these pedals, actually quite a few of them, will only function once something is plugged into the input. So they're looking for a 3/4 inch jack to be plugged into the input. Once you do that, the machine will come to life. So you've got to make sure that you know, in that, like for example in this case, where that little guitar icon is in that input there, you plug something in, and that's what I did there in order for it to switch on. That sold for £51 plus shipping. I believe I paid £5 for this at the car boot. So again, a great pickup in terms of, you know, 10 times my cost price in terms of selling it. So really happy with that. Now you're going to see quite a few cameras in here because I like picking up cameras, and digital cameras are now getting weirdly valuable. Cameras, but they're kind of, it's a weird situation. You still need to have some kind of decent-ish specs, but even some ones which with quite poor specs are doing well. But this particular model, this is a pink Sony Cybershot with a Carl Zeiss lens. DSEW730 is the model number. These come in different colors. I think the colors can affect the value. This came to me in a lot of stuff that I paid like 20 quid for. I had a bunch of electronics. I job lotted a bunch of it out, sold some at car boots, etc. And this was within that. So this is one of the, like, the cream of the crop, as it were. And that sold for £70 plus shipping very quickly. From listing. Sorry about that. So yeah, that's another item gone. Back to mini discs. This mini disc came with the sealed one that I showed you earlier, the sealed mini disc that's off 60. This blur mini disc came with that. I bought a bunch of mini discs and a mini disc stereo for £15 from the car boot, which is an absolute steal. This particular one I had up for 60. I did take an offer because I was just selling them so quickly, making good money. I'm happy to take £40 plus shipping for this. This is the Blur self-titled mini disc, and most pre-recorded mini discs will have value. Moving on, another car boot find. This is a Toyota differential classic overlocker sewing machine. Paid £15 for this at the car boot. And I sent an offer out of 125 plus shipping, and I think that's what this sold for, at 125 plus shipping, within a day or two of listing it. These things are not hanging around, so really worth looking at. I was lucky to have Beck to give this a quick test, very good condition, and gave it a little clean, listed it, and boom, it sold. So worth looking out for. Moving on. One of my slightly less profitable but still quite profitable items, but I couldn't leave it. I bought this from the car boot. I was going to keep it for myself. This is a Tamiya 10th scale Ford Focus. Now, I paid £40. The gent was asking 50. I offered 40. The model had been built, but it wasn't built to the best standard, and someone had started painting the body shell and like a base paint, and it had all cracked. But what saved this was it had unused decals all the way back from 2003, which is obviously now 20 years ago, believe it or not. So I saw that. I saw that the tyres were unused. There was no damage to the chassis base, which means that it was basically, it hadn't been used. You can often tell by the chassis at the bottom if there's lots of scuffing, etc. No scuffing here, so therefore I knew this was good. And I took an offer of 130 on the same day of listing it, within an hour or two. So from 40 to 130, I'm not quite as profitable as some others, but still a very good sale. I'm very happy with that. Moving on, another camera item. This time it's a Sigma lens. This lens owes me max a fiver, if that. Unfortunately, this lens had a couple of issues, which you need to be aware of. It had some fungus and dust under the elements, so it would need to be opened and wiped down. I was considering doing it myself. You can get kits on eBay where you can attach these like big rubber things and just turn the front off, and I just didn't want to faff around with it. So I got it sold for £100 in the end, plus the £9 shipping. That's what it sold for. So considering it owes me like a fiver, if that, I'm very, very pleased with that sale. It would have gone for a lot more, probably 200-ish, if it didn't have the fungus, just to give you an idea how much fungus smashes the value. So if you're ever at a car boot and someone's got a nice lens and they're trying to sell it to you, and they're saying, hey, look, this lens, if you check it on eBay, it's worth this much, I'm only asking this much, that's great, but you still must check whether the lens has fungus, because if it does have fungus, it will smash the value. Yet another camera item. Again, this sold super quick. This was a £5 pickup from a charity shop. This is the Canon PowerShot SX150 IS. It also records in HD. It's like a nice little kind of camera. It does the job. Nothing special. Sold very quickly for £40. And then moving on to the final item, another Canon. This time a much like worse model, only four times optical zoom compared to the 12 times of the other one. 7 million pixels versus I think it's like 12 or 14 million on the other one, and it's just generally a cheaper camera, but still these hold value, the Canon PowerShots, and I got it sold for £37 plus shipping, so very, very pleased with that as well. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of go through those items with you. Let me just see where I am here. Let me just get rid of that, I think. Yes, yeah. Alright, there we go. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Wanted to show you what I've been selling. Some pretty good profit margins. It's been helping push my average sell price right up, so even though I don't have a lot listed and I'm not selling an awful lot of volume, when I am getting a sale, it's worth it, as it were. It's worth the time to pack, etc. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will try to make some more videos going forward. I'm hoping this is just going to help me get into the groove. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.